OPPO have just released a fleet of new Reno series devices coming to the global market, the OPPO Reno13, 13 Pro, and 13F 5G, and this trio of devices are likely to be the benchmark for mid-range smartphones in 2025. Unlike other smartphone brands which just include a device and a charging cable, the entire Reno series come in similar boxes, which of course also pack in the phones themselves and their charging cables, but they also come bundled with their respective charging blocks and silicone cases as well. The OPPO Reno13 F 5G is the cheapest of the lot. The vanilla Reno13 sits in the middle, and the Reno13 Pro is the top tier phone here. We'll briefly touch on the 13F and standard 13 toward the end of this video, but the Pro model will be our main focus today. And since OPPO's largest competitor Samsung also has a smartphone in the same price bracket, today we'll be comparing the Reno13 Pro to the Galaxy S24 FE. The 13 Pro comes in graphite grey or plume purple. I have it in purple, which sparkles in light, and its butterfly shadow effect appears when angling the back glass. It's a lot more creative than Samsung's dull design, which they have stuck with over the past few years. The Pro model also has a tiny mirror in the center of its camera flash, so you can use the back cameras to take selfies. It's these small things that make it stand out. The back is made from a single piece of sculpted glass, and the side rails are made from aluminum, much like the Samsung, but OPPO's frames have an advanced heat dissipation system to keep the device cool. The Reno is also thinner and lighter than the S24 FE, and to top it off, all three Reno13 devices are kitted with an IP66, IP68, and IP69 water-resistant rating, whereas the Samsung is limited to just IP68. This means they can now withstand high-pressure water jets, and more importantly, they can go 2 meters deep for 30 minutes. This Reno series are the only devices in their class to include a dedicated underwater mode directly in the camera app. It makes use of the volume buttons to control the cameras, and when exiting the mode, the phone automatically expels water. Not bad for a device that cost half the price of a flagship. It's hard to believe that the Reno13 Pro and S24 FE are in the same price range when you take a look at their displays. And that's mainly because the Reno has much, and I mean much, thinner bezels, coming in at just 1.6mm thin on all four sides. This kinda makes the Samsung look like a toy. Both the OPPO and the Samsung have AMOLED displays, but the OPPO is larger at 6.83 inches as opposed to the Samsung's 6.67 inch screen. The S24 FE is completely flat, while the Reno13 Pro has micro quad curves. This makes it more comfortable to hold and gives it a more premium look while still maintaining a very much flat panel experience thanks to the curves being so subtle. The Samsung is a bit brighter though, however when set to manual brightness they are almost identical. They also both have 120Hz refresh rates, but the OPPO has a 10-bit panel instead of Samsung's 8-bit, and the OPPO has a higher screen resolution, which pushes out 65 more pixels per inch. The Reno13 series ships with ColorOS 15 skinned over Android 15 out the box, while the S24 FE is still stuck on Android 14. And while the Samsung does offer some AI features, OPPO have literally labeled the entire Reno series lineup this year as OPPO AI phones. ColorOS 15 looks much fresher than One UI 6.1. The settings menu is easier to use, the home screen looks cleaner and more visually pleasing, there's better widgets, large folders, and much nicer animations, which are more fluid too thanks to its parallel rendering architecture. Of course, they both offer Google Discover, Circle to Search, as well as Google Gemini and Gemini Live.
Hi, I'm Gemini. We're about to go live, where you can explore complex topics or ideas just by talking. Hi, I'm Gemini. We're about to go live, where you can explore complex topics or ideas just by talking.
When it comes to other AI features, Samsung does offer similar AI functions, but OPPO have made AI on the Reno13 series devices much easier to use with no learning curve, which aligns with their promise to bring AI to more users. If you open the Documents app, you can summarize documents, translate documents, and even use AI to continue writing for you, or even rewrite something you've already written up, which is something the S24 FE can't do. If you open the AI Studio app, you can use AI Portrait to create a work of art from any photo, AI Re-Image to create an AI model, and AI Motion to create a 3-second video from a still image which isn't perfect, but it's very impressive. If you open the Photos app, you can use AI Eraser to remove people from an image with just one tap without having to manually circle around them. Use AI Reflection Remover to remove reflections from an image that was taken through a glass window, and AI Unblur to get a clear image from a blurry photo, which is something the S24 FE cannot do. You can now take AI live photos to capture 1.5 seconds before and after the photo was taken and share these photos on all social platforms, including TikTok, which is a first for Android. But more importantly, any files can now be shared to iOS devices. All you have to do is click on Share with iPhone and then place the tops of both phones together. And yes, this includes live photo integration. You can also receive any photos or files from an iPhone. This makes OPPO the only Android manufacturer that can seamlessly share files with iPhone. The OPPO Reno13 has a massive 5600 mAh battery, and the 13 Pro has an even bigger 5800 mAh cell, which is significantly larger than the 4700 mAh battery seen inside the S24 FE. Both Reno devices also come with 80-watt wired charging speeds, which makes Samsung's 25-watt charging seem like a bit of a joke. But unfortunately, the global Reno13 series devices do not have wireless charging. The Reno13 series devices are all kitted with larger vapor chambers than the S24 FE, but the Reno13 Pro has the largest, and it's twice the size of its predecessor's vapor chamber. The Reno13 and 13 Pro have LPDDR5X RAM, but the Pro's is faster. The S24 FE also has LPDDR5X RAM, but it's limited to 8 gigs, while the entire Reno13 series has up to 12 gigs of RAM. All of them have UFS 3.1 storage. Both the OPPO Reno13 and 13 Pro are powered by the custom-made 4nm MediaTek Dimensity 8350 CPU, which has a max clock speed of 3.35 GHz. The S24 FE's CPU is slower at 3.11 GHz, but it has 10 cores and a better main core. However, the integrated GPU found in the Reno13 Pro is better than the one seen in the S24 FE. I set all of these games to the exact same settings on both devices, and the Reno13 Pro averaged 12.7 FPS higher than the S24 FE while playing Genshin Impact, bringing the Reno to a flagship level average of 59.3 FPS on maxed out settings. The Reno13 Pro averaged 56.3 FPS in Withering Waves, which is even more demanding to play, while the S24 FE only averaged 41.2 FPS. That's a 15.1 FPS difference. And when it comes to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, which has console-like graphics and even struggles on some flagships, the Reno13 Pro averaged 40.4 FPS. It was practically unplayable on the S24 FE, which averaged a laughable 6.4 FPS. So the Reno is certainly the one to go for if you play more games on the daily, and the cherry on top is that OPPO have now added in an updated frame booster, which adds in even higher frame rates to certain games. You can find more out about this on their website, check out the link down below, but for now, let's focus up on cameras. The OPPO Reno13 Pro has a 50 megapixel selfie camera with autofocus, while the S24 FE has a 10 megapixel sensor with no autofocus. So of course the OPPO can take native 50 megapixel selfie photos as well as bin down 12.5 megapixel photos, and results come out much cleaner than the Samsung, which is the same case for portraits. The OPPO offers a more natural depth here too. At night, the OPPO packs in more detail, better tonal range and dynamic range, especially when you take a look at my hair and the background. Once again, the OPPO has more of a cinematic background blur in portrait mode. Both the OPPO and the Samsung have 4K 60 FPS selfie video recording, but in my opinion the OPPO looks quite a bit more detailed. Let me know your thoughts of their video as well as their microphone performance. Portrait video is unfortunately capped at 1080p on the Reno13 Pro, but due to its better selfie sensor, results come out looking more detailed and more exposed. 4K selfie video comes out looking a lot better on the OPPO at night thanks to better light noise handling, better exposure and less noise grain. And it's the same case when recording portrait video at night. For some reason, the Samsung only blurs the background when there is a good enough light source. The Reno13 Pro has an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera with autofocus, and the S24 FE has a 12 megapixel sensor with no autofocus, which means that only the OPPO has a dedicated macro mode, and the result speaks for itself. Taking a normal ultra-wide photo leaves the Samsung image way too oversaturated and underexposed, but it's quite the opposite when taking the same photo at night. The OPPO once again limits ultra-wide video recording to 1080p resolution, but it offers better exposure and is a bit more vivid. And while both of them struggle to record ultra-wide video at night, the Samsung comes out slightly ahead here. Both the OPPO and the Samsung have 50 megapixel main cameras with PDAF and OIS, but the OPPO has a much better Sony IMX890 sensor as opposed to the Samsung's ISOCELL GN3 sensor. So naturally the OPPO takes the better native 50 megapixel photo, which looks even better when binned down. The Samsung produces a very saturated and underexposed image, and the same can be said when zooming in by 2 times. At night, the OPPO packs in better exposure and color accuracy, and packs in quite a bit more background detail at a 2x zoom range. The OPPO also takes a more pleasing portrait photo with softer background blur and more accurate tonal range. But again, portrait video is capped at 1080p resolution on the OPPO. That said, it still comes out more exposed with cleaner detail and less sharpening. They can both record 4K 60fps video with their main cameras, and while the Samsung's video comes out more stable, the OPPO is more detailed. And aside from stability, the OPPO takes better video at night thanks to better exposure and less noise grain. But the star of the show has to be the Reno13 Pro's 50 megapixel telephoto camera with a 3.5x optical zoom. The S24 FE makes use of an 8 megapixel telephoto with 3x zoom. Both of them support PDAF and OIS. This means that the OPPO can take native 50 megapixel photos, but binned down photos come out a bit better. The Samsung falls behind in terms of over-sharpening and underexposure. And this is even more apparent when zooming in by 10 times. It's crazy how much detail the Reno packs in at 30 times digital zoom, and this is the max zoom for the Galaxy. The Reno maintains a good amount of detail at 60 times, and its max zoom is at a 120 times range, which some flagships aren't even capable of. At night, the OPPO's optical zoom continues to put the Samsung to shame, and this is even easier to notice at a 10x zoom range. Neither of them are perfect at 30 times, but the OPPO comes out looking way better than the Samsung's smudged oil painting. And the OPPO looks similar at 60 times, with just slightly more grain at its max 120 times range. Taking an optically zoomed portrait shot of me leaves the OPPO with an almost DSLR-like photo, but again the Reno's telephoto camera limits video recording to 1080p, and the Samsung certainly takes better telephoto videos of a human subject. And even though there is a 4K option on the OPPO when using 3.5x zoom, it reverts to the main camera, so 1080p is what we'll have to stick with. That said, telephoto video is more exposed and more detailed on the Reno thanks to it having a higher megapixel sensor, but the Galaxy does tend to offer slightly better stability. And at night, the OPPO tends to handle light noise better than the Samsung. The Samsung is more exposed, but it suffers from more noise grain. The only real thing lacking on the Reno13 Pro is 4K ultrawide and telephoto video. Otherwise, its camera setup is far superior to that of the S24 FE. Alongside the Reno13 Pro, OPPO have also announced the vanilla Reno13 as well as the even cheaper Reno13 F. The 13F comes in a 4G as well as a 5G variant, but today we'll only be focusing on the 5G model. The Reno13 and 13F have identical colors and designs when compared to the Pro, and they both have the same IP water certifications, so the underwater photography mode is also bundled in. They both have 120Hz AMOLED displays, but the Reno13 is the smallest at 6.59 inches, while the 13F sits at 6.67 inches. The standard 13 has a higher screen resolution than the 13F, and it also sticks to the same 10-bit color depth, whereas the 13F has an 8-bit panel. Software on both of them is exactly the same as the Pro variant, and they are both bundled with the same AI and iPhone sharing features. The Reno13 F has the exact same sized 5800 mAh battery as the Pro, but it does have slower 45-watt charging, while the Reno13 has a slightly smaller 5600 mAh battery, but it sticks to 80-watt charging. The standard 13 has the exact same CPU as the Pro model, while the Reno13 F5G has a Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 chipset. The only real difference between the 13F 5G and 4G models is the chip, since the 13F 4G is powered by the Helio G100 CPU. The Reno 13 has the same 50 megapixel selfie camera as the Pro, but the 13F has a 32 megapixel sensor. Both of them have 50 megapixel main cameras and 8 megapixel ultra-wide cameras, but instead of a telephoto, the Reno 13 gets a 2 megapixel monochrome sensor and the 13F gets a 2 megapixel macro camera. If you'd like to find out more info on any of the new Reno 13 series devices, be sure to check out the links down below. Be sure to let me know which one of these devices is your favorite and why. As always, this is Tech Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one.